Hello everybody, this is Simon here, and today I'd like to share some thoughts regarding transcending the separate self. We could call it the small self, which is basically identification with our own self-image, I guess. And it's like it's actually when we release that identification and we transcend the idea of a separate self that we sort of get or experience that which the separate self wants in the first place. So it's a paradox, one could say, but it's quite simple actually, and it's about understanding that you will never get or gain what you want alone. And it's actually from shifting from getting or gaining to giving. And giving is, I've written about this before, and that giving is not necessarily an act. It can be, but it's more an allowing of what you want to manifest. It's like in your perceptual matrix, you are giving what you want. So you're in a sense giving it to everybody. When you perceive somebody else, there really is no other, we're all one. But when you perceive somebody, you're not thinking that he can't do that, or he's not worthy of this, or da 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 da. You're giving him, your brother or whoever, you're giving him the experience of what you want to experience in your perception of him. And regarding the small self, I've talked about this before in a video called A Powerful Paradigm Shift, that it's when we shift from wanting success or happiness or wanting to get something, basically, it's when we shift from this to actually allowing, like, how can we as a whole, how can we, everybody as humanity, be happy together. That's when you include that which the separate self has set out to get or gain in the first place. So it's actually by dropping or letting go of believing in what the separate self tells us. It's when we let go of believing in that and just, put it aside for a moment and transcend that idea that there would even be a separate self in the first place. We see that, wow, what we wanted from that place of separation is already included in what is. It's already here, it's already manifested. And so it's a transformation, one could say. You're not killing your ego, you're transforming your ego until to something that includes everybody and everything. So it's about the unconditional love and just allowing everything to be as it is. And then there's of course specifics to, like, if you want to do this and this and that, you need to learn this and this, but that's not what I'm talking about now. I'm talking about just the sort of place you're coming from internally, is that when you're not coming from a place of wanting something, you're not coming from a place of attempting to get or gain or win something out of your own experience. That's when you stop doing that. You just allow your experience to be as it is. And it's when you allow your experience to be as it is, that's when you can actually change your experience. But it's when you're trying to change your experience that you're not going to be able to change your experience, right? So, and just recognizing this oneness with all living things, that automatically sort of transcends that separate self, because the idea of a separate self just becomes sort of, it becomes unnecessary when you recognize that what you want is already included in all that is, and it's available for everybody always. But it's when you're trying to, like, on your own sort of become something or get something or this and that, that's when you experience a sort of separation, and that's not what you want in the first place. You're not here to experience separation, you're here to experience unity. And you can experience unity when you're on your own. I'm on my own right now and I'm experiencing some unity, and it's not dependent on the people around you or the place you're at, or it's not dependent on what you're doing. It's just a simple recognition of oneness and a connection. You could say like a connection to yourself, which is then also like a connection to everything. It's when you truly connect within that you connect outwards as well. And this is really, you can see this oneness. It's simply a recognition. You can recognize it in other people. You can recognize it in the trees, the clouds, the sun, whatever. It's a simple just allowing of what is, and it's when you allow that what is, that's when what you really want comes to the surface. So yeah, that's what I want to share today, and thank you for watching. Feel free to comment. Have an amazing day. Keep going.